Hi, friends. Oh no. Oh, darn. There we go. I'm knocking everything over. Good job, me. Hey, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful evening. I am having kind of an exhausting day. Not a bad one, just super tired. Had a long work day, just finished editing, and I was like 50-50 on whether or not I was gonna stream. Oh, hey Val, hey Ellie, hey Liz, I hope you're doing well tonight. And I figured, you know what the fuck, I'm gonna stream. And we're gonna play a Bejeweled. And thank you, Val, for that 15-month resub. That is awesome, and if you guys, I see there's some explosions in the chat, but if you want to do some, wow. This is loud. I'm gonna turn the sound down. Wow. The sound can stay up, the music can go down. There we go. I need the distraction, yeah. Okay, this should be better. We're gonna do some Zen mode Bejeweled because I feel like it. I feel like I want to just clicky clack some rocks around. There's just been a lot of annoying stuff going on at work. We went to go look at a house on Sunday? Oh God, Val, I literally just saw that, like, down here where we are, people are actually smelling the smoke from the wildfires up by you guys. Which is... that's intense. I hope you guys will be safe. Let us know if you end up having to evacuate. Just keep us around. So we looked, and the house that we went to go see was awful. It was so bad, you guys. I was so let down. The pictures in the listing online were so nice. It was so cute. And then we get there, and it's a hole. It is just, it's a dump. It has not been maintained. It's very obviously, the owner of the house passed away and nobody had been caring for the house in quite some time. It was bad. 2 streets away from the evacuation. I am keeping my fingers crossed for you. Oh my gosh. So it was a disappointment. And if we'd known that it was an estate sale house, we probably wouldn't have gone to go look at it, but it gave us, you know, kind of the, like a, what do they call it when you, it was good practice. How did I forget the word practice? But, you know, it would have been right for somebody who had the money to do, like, a house flip kind of thing. And I think that's probably what they were banking on, because what my parents were saying, that, like, they looked up the house and the sales prices for the other houses in the area were a good, like, $300,000 more than what the listing price was for this one. So yeah, they were definitely not looking to sell it to have it stay in the state that it is currently in. And it was like, it was sad. I felt bad because I could, like, you just know. Like, I looked up the tax records too, because that's a thing that I do for work. I look up tax records all the time. And it was like the last time this house was sold was to an estate in 2017, which means that the house has been sitting either barely cared for or abandoned for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 6 years. And that made me feel bad. Because for the right person, that could have been a great house. It was a bit too small for us. It wasn't really what we were looking for. Like, the footprint of the house, that was fine. Like the size of the actual house was good, but the way the rooms were divided, they were so small and, like, not really good for maneuvering. Like, Ellie, it kind of reminded me of, like, Uncle Robbie and Uncle Ed's apartment. It was just so small. Which is, you know, fine for some people, just not for us. So, no, we found another one that we're gonna go look at on Sunday. And, like, this is such a big, scary thing, because I am really anxious about, like, we've been saving. We have been absolutely saving for this for a very long time. Like, basically since like 2020. And, like, I'm excited, but I'm also really scared because it's new and different, and that's super scary. Like, it's removing our kitchen. Yeah, exactly. This was the kind of house where, like, you would absolutely have to knock down a couple walls in order for it to be livable. And there are certain things that I can do, like, I am capable of doing. Like, I can paint something, I can do basic electrical stuff, basic carpentry. If I can't do it, my dad can help me with it, my father-in-law could help me with it. But it was just not in the kind of shape. And I also, the scary part was that the realtor couldn't tell us how many things were still functional by, like, you know, electrical or plumbing or stuff like that. And I don't want to buy a house that I would need to bring to, like, safety code. Like, that's a big expensive undertaking and not something that we really have the money to do. You know, we can do, like, basic stuff. And again, like Val, like you're saying, after a while, I basically, the place that we move to needs to be, like, move-in ready. We can't afford to do big renovations or safety upgrades or anything just to be able to live in a house, because it's going to be really expensive, because houses are really expensive. So yeah, like if it's cosmetic, I can deal with it. Or, you know, make it my own, like, add my own touches. Paint is cheap and easy to do. Like, it's not necessarily easy to do. It is kind of annoying when you want to, like, paint a room, but, you know, it's not impossible. But, like, if I wanted to put in a new bathroom, or, you know, make sure that the electrical wiring is completely up to code, or things like that, that's expensive, and that is not something that I'm equipped to handle. Also, living in a space, you learn how you would change. Exactly. Like, I can say that I want XYZ all I want. You know, I can say I want this accommodation and this accommodation, and I want a porch, and I want a backyard, and I want, you know, a fireplace, and I want a finished basement, and all these things. The likelihood of us finding a place with all of the things that I want in our price range is really low. Not impossible. Nothing's impossible. But yeah, I need a good footprint and a good location. And I think that is something definitely to keep in mind. Ooh. That. Dang. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Clicky clack noises. I love clicky clack noise. It's very calming. But yeah, so we're gonna check out the other house on Sunday. See how that turns out. You know, you also kind of gotta go in with real low expectations, because if you fall in love with the first place you see, like, there were when we went to the what's it called, the open house on Sunday, there were 20 families in line ahead of us to, like, look at this house. So the likelihood of these houses becoming, you know, going up for sale and then being sold within the week is high. Really high. Bought our house from chain smokers. We're gonna use industrial. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that would be awful. Oh. That is a rough one. Like, and that was one of the other things we noticed. There was a lot of like tobacco staining on the walls in the house, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna mess with this. So, yeah, it was a bust, and that's okay. I didn't want to have the first house we looked at be like the most perfect house in the world. The other thing that was kind of sus, when we looked at the pictures of the listing online, they were all like super photoshopped, and I was like, oh, this isn't how this really looks like. Like they photoshopped furniture into the rooms and stuff, and they changed the brightness, and they made it look a lot cleaner and neater and newer. And if we had known that, we wouldn't have even gone to look. It definitely looked like an elderly person's house who had been living alone for quite some time. And you know, nothing wrong with that, it just wasn't what we wanted. Like, old people gotta live too. Old people are great. I love old people. Oh, they lived for 20 years? Oh, man. Like, so I've been in this apartment where I live for about 10 years now, right? I think I moved down here in 2012, 2013, something like that. I think 2013. And I still get mail for the lady that lived here before me. And she's been dead for a decade. Like, she was moved into hospice care and passed away shortly after I moved in. And it's rough. Because it's like, every time I get mail for her, I feel really bad. Especially because it's like, we get a lot of mail from like, her former synagogue. And I don't know how to tell them, hi, we're still getting mail from a former congregant of yours. She dead. My B. So, a friend brought a house from older people in perfect condition and everything exactly as it was in 1960. Wow. See, that's cool. That's the kind of as-is house I'd totally be okay with. All that stuff is really popular now. Like, very mid-mod kind of design. And I like it to a point, but, like, I don't... I've been watching... There's somebody on YouTube who's... I've been watching a lot of people who do, like, thrift picking. And they do, like, online sales to sell these, like, vintage tchotchkes and jewelry and stuff like that. And I'm looking at all these things, I'm like, I mean, I guess that one's kind of cute, but a lot of it is really ugly to me. And I'm like, oh, I don't want that at all. How much did somebody pay for this? Still had all the manuals for this stuff. You bought it first, she changed very little. Yeah, that's... Whew. I mean, I would, like... In that sort of situation, I would probably just, like, upgrade the appliances, because that's the kind of stuff that I wouldn't want to not be up to spec, especially because, like, you know, newer appliances should be a lot more energy efficient and stuff like that. But also, like, who am I to say no to a nice, free, like, sofa or something like that? When I moved in, there was modern... Oh, that's good. That's a good upgrade. So when I moved into the apartment, they left a couple of things behind. So in my living room, in our living room, I guess. I'm not the only one that lives here now. But there's a giant floor-to-ceiling mirror. probably about 8 feet long by 10 feet high. It's awesome. I love it. I want to see if we can find a way to take that with us whenever we end up moving, because it is so cool. And then all of the closets had like wire rack shelving in it, which easily like doubled, tripled my my storage space, which has been extremely necessary. But we are just now getting to the point where we are absolutely inundated in the one hall closet. Is super hard to navigate right now because it's just full of like holiday decorations with all the stuff that I have for Halloween and all the stuff that Mr. Explosion has for Christmas. It's a bit much, but it's still cool. That's one of the other really big things that I want when we move, is I really hope it's a place where kids can go trick-or-treating. Like the neighborhoods are close enough together where kids will be like inclined to go door to door to go trick-or-treating. And also I want to have enough of a front yard to be able to decorate like real cool for the holidays. Like, I want a big inflatable, and I want a 12-foot Home Depot skeleton. I want the Home Depot skeleton to be up all year. Mr. Explosion has vetoed that. Which, I mean, I guess he's within his rights to, but also year-round 12-foot Home Depot skeleton is amazing. Oh yeah, in the apartment, I give out full-size chocolate bars on Halloween. We don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters, even though I always kind of thought that we should. Because, like, it's an apartment complex. Surely there would be, like, a million kids here. Not really. And it's kind of a bummer, but then it means that we end up with full-size chocolate bars. We hate enough to take it down. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I can put it up. I don't know if he can take it down. And then I can dress it up for all of the other holidays. Like, if I wanted to, I could do like a Valentine's Day skeleton. Put a Santa hat on it, be Santa skeleton. Like, come on, isn't that the coolest thing? I think it's extremely cool. Do I have water over there? I do have water over there. Give me some. My nan told me that they can hate it, but will they hate it enough to take it down? Yes, exactly. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab some water. Ooh. Ballet pink velvet curtains. Oh, that's exciting. But also just like, I loved trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating was such a big part of like my childhood Halloweens. Oh, water is so good. That I want to make sure that I can offer the best experience to children in my neighborhood. And, you know, eventually maybe my children. That feels weird to say. But maybe someday, you know. Hey, Val, mine's the 22nd of October. So I'm right up in there. I am all about it. There was something, I wanted to look up something real quick. Hang on. I want to see if this is a thing. Oh. I really want, if I'm going to get like an inflatable for the lawn, I want it to be like a Halloween carousel. Like with like maybe spooky skeleton horses going around. Like that would be so cool. So my parents did manage to separate my birthday from Halloween often enough. But I would always like, when we would bring cupcakes into school for Halloween, for my birthday to like give out to all my classmates. My mom would always put those little, like, the mellow cream pumpkins on them, and it ruled because those rule. 28th birthday, I had a costume party, made all my friends dress up like superheroes. That's cool! One of my favorite birthdays when I was a kid, I wasn't a kid, I was in high school. I think it was my 15th or 16th birthday? I don't remember. But I had a bunch of friends over for a sleepover, and we did our own version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? The improv show, which was very, very funny. I still remember some of the stuff from that. That was a great night. It was cool. We did props because I had a bunch of like stuff left over from like Halloween costumes, and I think we did scenes from a hat. I haven't seen Taskmaster, but I really want to. I just haven't like sat down to watch it just yet. It looks like it checks every ticky box that I love. I wish it were on TV here, like genuinely. So I could just watch it on like regular television instead of having to find it online somewhere. Because I don't think it's on any of like the streaming sites in this country at least. I would love for it to be on streaming in this country, but not yet. It's Chaos and Love could just be super serious. It is on YouTube? Because I used to watch a lot of like QI, and I used to watch a lot of Nevermind the Buzzcocks, and I used to watch a lot of Would I Lie to You. I was real big into panel shows for a while, and it was all on YouTube, but then BBC started like cracking down and taking all of that down. They have official Ooh, okay. I will, at some point, I will do that. Oh, maybe if I, like, work from home, I can put it on in the background. That could be fun. They're, like, too soon. Listen, it's okay if they're a little behind. So would I. I mean, I would also be behind. So. I would be okay watching that. Cause like now it's like you gotta play freaking roulette with streaming services to see what the hell you can find where. And it's extremely annoying. And like half the stuff I want to watch isn't even on a streaming service. That's why we still have cable. Like, I'm the only person I know that still has cable that isn't like a boomer. Because we still actively watch a lot. They tried an American version, they tried to make too many rules and didn't embrace. No, you gotta embrace the chaos. That's like half the fun. Oh, okay. I guess you could use my thing there. Oh, good, thank you. Red. Yeah, there's a good one. Yeah, clicky clack, rain noises. This is good. This is necessary. It's probably gonna be a short stream tonight though, because I have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow. Oh, I got an unbelievable? That's cool. Thanks. And like, so I'm on a new job site, which I don't mind. It's just, they start at 7, and I want to try to get there a little early, so I've been trying to leave the house by 6, even though it's only about 40 minutes away. Yes, same, Val, same. I am very much, so, when I first graduated, I had a lot of free time on my hands, like a lot of free time on my hands, and I basically filled that by playing a lot of Neopets and watching a lot of panel shows. Oh my god, I completely forgot Big Fat Quiz of the Year. That was another really big one. I used to watch all of those constantly, which is kind of surprising to me because I don't do a lot of, like, I don't rewatch a lot of stuff. Yo, legit cheesy. Legit it is. How you doing, friend? I hope you're having a great night. Clicky clack rain sounds is a good night. But yeah, so I played a lot of, like, Neopets, and I had a TV in my room that I used to play. I had a Roku, and we had a hacked YouTube app on it because this was so long ago. There was no native YouTube app on the Roku. So it was always trying to find what I could watch on the Roku. And there were a couple of channels that would upload the panel shows. And every time something new came out, like, or a new episode, I would, like, stop everything I was doing to be like, oh man, there's a new episode and never mind the Buzzcock's out. Gotta watch this. And I've never really been like that with television. Like, I don't have a lot of, like, stuff that I actively follow unless it's on the Food Network at this point, really. That's the only channel that I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta stop what I'm doing. It's like Summer Baking Championship tonight. Thankfully, Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, my 2 stream nights, they never really show anything that I want to see, so I don't miss out on anything. But I have, like, the app through my cable company that lets me watch just Food Network and not, it's not Max because I don't have Max. Oh shit. Man, there's like a whole bunch of stuff ending right now, isn't there? Like, it was, what was it, Succession? Is that the name of the show that just ended? There's that Barry show that people were talking about. And Ted Lasso, too. Damn, those are 3 big ones. I did not watch any of them. Ted Lasso comes to being the closest one that I would want to see. Because it sounds very fun. Move, where's the move? Have a good night, Ellie. Thank you for hanging out. If I don't stream on Thursday, I will see you on Saturday. Succession ended, I think, this past weekend. I've heard really good things, but I've never picked it up myself. Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I heard good things about it, but I don't think we got the streaming system it was on, so I didn't watch it. And, like, I don't keep up with a lot of, like, the big stuff that's big streaming right now. Like, I don't follow a lot of, like, the big stuff on Disney Plus. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, I'm glad it's there and that people enjoy it. It's just not for me. Woo, nice. That's not too much like a me, but I really don't keep up with Western shows as much these days, mostly because I think they push me. Yeah, that is a big part of it, Cheesy. Like, I don't really vibe with the whole binge model of things. Like, right now, we're currently watching, Spy X Family. But we watch, like, 2 episodes at a time. And that's it. Also, friends, I will be right back. I need to use the bathroom, so give me 1 second. I'm even going to put up the BRB screen. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Alright. We are back to the clicky clack time. Oh yeah, The Last of Us. I think that might be too scary for me. But there's a whole scene where they go to like an American Girl store, and it's apparently done fairly well. So that's good. That's an easy one to kind of just like riff on and not be super true. But they did a pretty good job from what I've seen. But yeah, that is definitely a not before bedtime show. No, not hardly. That was also, oh god, Mr. Explosion watched like one episode of Chainsaw Man, which, that is very not for me. Woo! That is a very graphic show. And I'm sure, like, if once you get beyond that, like, first episode, it's really good. I can't hack it, dudes. I can't do it. I guess green? Yeah. I don't do gore. I don't do it. It is not something that my brain likes to process. Because of the aphantasia, my brain likes to just interpret all gore as like, this is actually happening right in front of you. When that's very clearly not the case, but, you know, my brain don't know that. All the bangers, stuff that everyone praises is much later in this. Oh, interesting. So the anime doesn't really match up to the manga? Huh. Yeah. Oh no, that's dangerous now. Ooh. I know the, it does just that the first season is just the beginning of, oh, okay, I am picking up what you're putting down now. Okay. So the stuff that everybody loves about Chainsaw Man comes a bit later in the series, and the first season of the anime is basically just, like, the very, very beginning of the story. I getcha. Okay. Just a teensy tiny appetizer. So we're watching Spy X Family in small doses, and we started watching, well, Michael started rewatching, and I started watching, cheesy, I'm reading One Piece. I'm not watching One Piece, though I have not picked up One Piece much beyond, like, a chapter or two here or there in a while, because I just haven't. I've been too busy doing Duolingo, which is the stupidest fucking reason to not read One Piece. Like, what the hell? Come on, One Piece is probably way better anyway. But we're watching Trigun, the original. And because I just completely skipped that when I was younger. And damn, that's a really good show. Like, I thought it was gonna be a lot more violent than it actually is. It is really not. Like, there's some violence, but it's not, like, as brutal as I had been led to believe. I think it's one of those situations where, like, you know, American Kirby is badass because in, like, all of the publicity shots and all of, like, the promo images, like, Vash the Stampede is just this, like, real slick-looking badass kind of dude. And Vash the Stampede is just a fucking dweeb. Like, he's a good-hearted dweeb that really likes to eat. And is also an incredibly good shot. But that's not the point of it. Like, he doesn't kill people. Which is, I respect that. Ooh, we got an unbelievable. That's cool. I like an unbelievable. So I got lucky because when I was younger, I got really into Sailor Moon. And Sailor Moon was a big gateway for me. Because when I was first watching anime, they only really brought over the shows that were like really good, like really spectacular. So everything was kind of vetted. So you knew if you were going to be spending $35 on a DVD with had 3 episodes of a show in it, it was going to be good because it had been vetted already. And that is a true story. I absolutely spent $35 on the first Cardcaptor Sakura DVD that had 3 episodes of the show on it. I've never actually seen Cowboy Bebop. Oops. FMA Brotherhood, I've heard, is very good. I watched the first, 2 or 3 episodes of the original Full Metal Alchemist. Very important question for me. What team for Altador Cup this year? The one and only, baby. Rah-rah-roo. I think this is my 10th year straight with Rue Island. Maybe more? Ooh. There was the 1 year we won, and then it's all been downhill from there. So there was a sequel series to Cowboy Bebop's called Carol and Tuesday. It's about musicians struggling against AI. Oh! I didn't know about that. Dude! Somebody on the Facebook group made it. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then it just showed up in the mail today, so I was like, ooh! I used to sell art at our local Comic-Con. I always felt bad I didn't know about most anime. It's hard to get into if you don't know where to start, frankly. That's exactly what it's really hard to get into if you don't know where to start. Allie, are you going Darrigan again this year? Or are you doing a different team? I'm curious. This is Ryland for years. I'll have to hunt for it. I will, you know what? I will find the link and I will message it to you on Twitter. Hey, Olaf! That's okay. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming anyway. It's a school night. So you know how we do. Listen, that's okay. Voltara needs the love, alright? Voltara needs a lot of love. That's cool. I'm messing with you, Olaf. I just have work in the morning. My brain is so hardwired so that every weeknight is a school night. Still, even though I have literally been out of K-12 education for 20 years at this point. Oh my god. Next year will be my 20th high school anniversary reunion, if anybody actually decides to do anything about it. Yeah, September means new stationery. Man, now I kind of want to, thanks for the existential news. Sorry, Olaf, I don't mean to send anybody into a spiral. Oh no, Liz. I am gonna do the Ebenezer Scrooge school of going to my anniversary. If they're serving food, I'll go. I will go if lunch is provided. Cause I'll do anything for free food. Nobody recognized me at the fucking 10th. I went to the 10th. We didn't do a 10-year because COVID, and I'm like, good, because I haven't done anything in my life yet. Bring tough. See? Or little Ziploc baggies that I could just put in the pockets of my dress. Because hell, I'm going to an anniversary without fucking pockets in my dress. It's class of 2000, I never went to my reunion. You know what? That's totally fine. I completely understand. I went to the 10 because I had a lot to brag about at the time. And literally, Nobody recognized me. It was hell, except for the people that I'd gone with who were, yeah. I have a group of like 4 really good friends from high school that I still speak with on a very regular basis. So they're the important part. And one of them wanted to go, so I went with her. But like I realized that everybody in my graduating class decided to go to school for finance, and they all went to NYU because they wanted to try to do drugs with the Olsen twins. And I think they just ended up doing drugs with each other. Which that's not really my jam. Never really has been. Not for me. That's okay. Let's move to 4 different states while everyone's... yeah, Olaf, I got that. I was friendly with everyone in high school, but no one really liked you. Wow, man, fuck them, Cheesy. You're great. Everybody's great. But yeah, so the Olsen twins are my age. So they entered college the same year that I did, and because they were going to NYU, and because I'm from New Jersey, and I guess one of the guidance counselors at my school had a thing with NYU, like they must have been an alumni or something, so they were trying to champion people to go there, and I'm like, I don't have that kind of money, and also, I don't want to do that. I went to a state school. I was like, yeah, okay, fine. But then I went to the anniversary, right? And I was like one other person I talked to. Maybe 2 other people had gone to school for any science. At all. And I was like, wait, really? Like, all of you people that were in, like, all of these honors classes and doing, you know, important, expensive things just went to NYU for finance so you could be, like, a tech bro? How boring. Like, what do you expect to do with your life? Genuinely and truly. I don't know. Finance is something that's just so beyond me. I was one of 4 people I graduated with that left the province for university, but I lived in Europe for a year before I went to university. So I stayed in state for college, because it was inexpensive. And, well, as inexpensive as college can fucking be, because it's expensive either way. But I don't know. I remember there were some people that wanted to go to Canada for college, probably because the drinking age was lower. Majority of people that went to school became nurses and engineers. Yeah, like, everybody was like, oh yeah, I got a finance degree. Finance? Finance? What do you... Maybe this is just me being stupid, but what do you do with a degree in finance? Do you just go to Wall Street and day trade? Is that your job? How boring. I went to the cheap college. It's still financially... Olaf, I always say that literally the only reason I am not in debt up to my fucking eyeballs is because I was on a damn game show. I went to college with somebody from my high school silver company. You don't have to. Nobody's... It's not mandatory. Fuck them. You know, if they don't like you, fuck them. That's... At my age, that's basically how I feel about things. I'm like, you don't like me? Your loss. See, here's the thing. I don't know exactly how much my degree was. Because I did my undergrad and my graduate degree at the same school. My parents helped me out a good portion, and I had some scholarship. But even after I graduated and I had started to already like pay down my student loans, I paid my big final loan payment was $32,000, I think. Right? Yeah, it was around $32,000, give or take, sometimes a little bit more. And I won, it was just under $64,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So after I paid my taxes on that, because they did not do that, they didn't take it out. They don't take out taxes when you're on a game show. You have to, like, do it yourself. So once I had paid all of the taxes on that and I had, like, free money left to play with, I think I had around $36,000. So I paid off all my student loans. I bought a plane ticket to Australia. I bought myself a laptop. I paid off my credit cards. That didn't stick. And I got a plane ticket for my best friend from Scotland to come visit me. And then it was all gone. So it didn't really stick around. But I'm glad that I had that opportunity. Did grad school, so I think I have around 150,000. Yeah, applying to med school would be around 50,000 a year for 4 years. Yep. And I know that there is some sort of, like, loan forgiveness for medicine, but it's, you know, you got to get to a very specific point for them to allow that. But yeah, it is. You got to be dedicated, and I truly respect that. But yeah, literally. All right, have a good night, Olaf. Thank you for stopping by. I know it was a short time, but it was good to see you. Rest well. We'll catch you next time. Oh God, Cheesy, I am crossing my fingers for you, buddy. That's a tough one. Can I just think past no interest on student? Wow, that's nice. We had the student loan. There was the interest freeze during lockdown and all that, and I think they just waived that, which is gonna be fucking great. Because, like, if they actually went through with that, like, loan forgiveness, we could use my husband's loans would be paid off, and then we would be completely rid of student debt. But I don't know if they're actually gonna go through with that anymore. I wish they fucking would. Yeah, my loans were government, which was honestly better than a private loan, because the private loans, the interest on those was ludicrous. But I was not about to do that. Ow. There we go. I had one friend who, I guess, her parents were immigrants and she didn't realize that she could take out federal loans. And she ended up owing $150,000 just for undergrad, which is horrifying. Yeah, exactly. We went to college at a terrible time for private loans right before the recession. I think, did we graduate the same year, 2008, for college? Or, like, right around then? So we graduate into a fucking, recession. So at that point, I was like, well, might as well just go more in debt and go to fucking grad school. Hard to figure. Oh God, yeah, Cheesy. It's tough, and people are not very open about what you need to do. Like, you really gotta hunt for that information. Fill out your FAFSA and all this shit. Is that still a thing? I'm sure it's still a thing. Gotcha. Understood. But yeah, so anyway, like, that trajectory was... Oh God, I'm buffering on fucking Bejeweled. Michael is playing Mass Effect in the other room. Oh! I was a toddler, got hit by a car whenever I had that money to use for the first year of college. After that, I figured out, well, good. I mean, I'm glad you're, like, alive. Finding a job when I initially graduated was so scary that I opted to just do more school. Like, the concept of trying to find employment as a little tiny baby toddler, I mean, I wasn't a little tiny baby toddler. I was, like, fucking 21. Holy shit. That's intense. I'm glad that paid for her schooling. She was 7. Oh my God. The job market is ass right now. The housing market is ass right now. Basically every market is ass right now. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad that she's like, you know, seemingly okay and there's not a lot of long-term damage, I hope. Knock on wood. But holy, she was never scared. Is even after, or was that like the impetus for a fear? Because I wouldn't blame her if it was. Yeah, right? Like, like you missed it at the beginning of the stream. I was talking about like the house that we went to go visit this weekend and how like the concept of buying a house is absolutely fucking terrifying because I know that like my brain like logically knows that this is something we can do, but on the other hand my brain is like, that's so much fucking money. Are you sure you don't want to just like save that? Or are you sure you don't want to just like spend that on 40,000 other things? It's fucking scary. I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, I love Great Danes. They're such good dogs. My uncle had Great Danes, and they were good. Ugh. Liz, same. Everything that is in our vague price range, and like, okay, we got approved for up to $425,000, which motherfucker, that's a lot of money. But anything that's like on the cheap end of that is either A, just a vacant lot, B, sold as is, no inspection, or C, is like a fucking shotgun shack. Just this tiny little nothing. Val, I am 36 and everything that I need to do vaguely adultish is still extremely scary. Cousin the same age and she can ready to buy a house right now. She's looking at the, oh yeah, Philly area is actually pretty good. Like Pennsylvania, but the property taxes can be a bit wicked. That's the thing that's like super fucking killing me right now. Is like just designated adult. I like that. Yeah, legit. Like I wish I'd been able to get in on that sooner rather than later. Like, I mean, I've been renting for 10 years now. You know, I've been in the same apartment since 2013. And it's great. Like, our rent is dirt fucking cheap, all things considered. Like, very inexpensive. But that initial hurdle of homeownership is... It's within my grasp, but it's also scary. The place she was looking at has like $600K for a 5-story house. Floor layers are small and stacked, but it's still nice. Damn, that's like our house. Yeah, one of my good friends, she's a veterinarian, and they got this gorgeous house. Like, I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago. And they got what we affectionately refer to as the divorcee special, because the homeowners were going through a divorce and needed us to get rid of a house. They needed to get rid of a house ASAP. Oh, they'll be fine if they're pharmacists. Dang, 145K. I think the cheapest that I see anything go for around here is like $250, and that's basically just for vacant lots. Yeah, so we got approved for up to $425. The house, Liz, that house that I was telling you about before, we're gonna try to go see it this weekend, and it is $339, which means that this thing is going to get snapped up immediately. But like, look at the kitchen. It's got like nice modern appliances in it. Stainless steel. This is literally one of like the cheapest houses we've seen. The only, oh, and also because, I don't know if you guys can see this, there is a fucking pergola in the backyard, and it's a fucking plain pergola! They look like good cabinets. Pergola! Let me see if I can get like a better zoom in on the, like there's, it doesn't say like like a floor plan or anything, which is kind of annoying. So there's like 2 bathrooms, both seem to have, they're 2 full bathrooms. Ooh, I can't tell where that bottom one is. And I thought it was carpeted for a hot moment. It's not actually carpeted. And like the living room is actually pretty nice. Like, I love that big window. We're looking for a 3-bed, at least bath and a half. And it is so hard to find the second bath. But I need a second bath because I need somewhere that I can do my hair and not worry about having, like, guests show up to the accidentally pink bathroom. You know? So it has a carpet in the bathroom going halfway up the wall. No! Yeah, so these are like the big ideals. If we could get all of these, it would be a perfect house, and therefore it doesn't exist. 3-bed, 2-bath, finished basement. Thank you so much for those 6 months, Alec. I assume I should call them 6-whole Canadian months. But thank you so much for that resub. If we can get some explosions in the chat, friends, that would be delightful. Start your stream muted, unmute for the ads, then start the actual stream muted. Oh my god. Frustrating. Cabinets in the kitchen had indoor-outdoor carpet on them. No! Ew! My resub notification is 6-whole or blank hole American months, but you're not from the United States, so they're Canadian months, eh? I guess. Canadian months somehow have a U. Val, you can make that joke. You are Canadian. So yeah, so ideal. 3-bed, 2-bath, so that I can have an office. Finished basement, so that Mr. Explosion and I have a place to just, like, put stuff and have kind of like a rumpus room to go and play video games in downstairs or watch a movie or have friends over. I would love a porch, like a little like a wraparound porch so I could like sit outside. I want a backyard. A fireplace would be cool. That's not necessary though, because I feel like those would be a real pain in the ass to just like take care of at the end of the day, you know? Like, I feel like maintenance on a fireplace is something that I am not available to do. But, you know, and like I said, it's gotta be like $350 would be ideal, but that ain't happening. So I'm hoping, because like the house that I'm looking at that I've been showing you guys pictures of, that is, like I said, it's $339, but we could offer more. Ooh, gas fireplace would be fun. Concert I was at on Friday, I saw some of the dead ringer for me except for the hair color. Whoa! So how long has it been since I've seen the hair? It is, and the worst part is that it's like really faded out right now. Like my hair is practically white blonde at the tips. So I got like a whole triple decker hair color going on right now. Also, what concert was it? I'm curious. I would even want one of those like Faco fireplaces with like the electric front, because I think I like the concept of a mantle more than I like the concept of a fireplace. I just want somewhere to like display and put things. I don't know. It's Elder with Ruby the Hatchet. Ooh, fun. I hope you had a great time. I'm sorry. Oh no, don't worry, Cheesy. Like I said, I probably won't be streaming too much longer myself. I got a 5:30 a.m. wake up and it's already almost 10:30. That's the other thing. Like, I could probably just find a cool mantle and put that up. Like, I don't need a fireplace, but also the concept of like a space here fireplace is very interesting to me. I like that. What else? Get some work done on the video. Yeah, by some absolute fucking miracle, I did manage to get the one video I was working on done today, so I have something to go, because I have not put up, and obviously, you know, Alec, I know that your videos require a lot more than the stuff that I am doing at the moment, but I haven't put up a new video in like 2 weeks, and I usually do 2 a week, so that's rough. You know, we do have some floating shelves in the living room. I have some floating shelves, and they're pretty nice. But I think the important part, ultimately, is that I want wherever we move to be much more of a shared space. Because, like I said, I've been in this apartment for 10 years. Mr. Explosion moved in after I'd already been here for about 5 years. So this is still basically just my apartment plus him. Because I just have so much shit. So much shit. Oh my god. Has it really been 4 months? Oof. I believe I am keeping my fingers crossed, Trina, as it's tough. The grind is so fucking real, and like I have been brainstorming a lot of ideas for more like longer form scripted involved content, and I get absolutely deer in the headlights when I get anything beyond just like an initial script written. Should I work for bedrooms in my spot? Yeah, like I want a room, I want an office sort of situation, so that I can use it as a filming room. I can use it as where my computer is so I can stream from there. And I also want it so that I can put my dolls in there so I can just close the door and my husband and my mother-in-law don't have to look at them. Oh, changed projects after a month, so I feel like I lost. Now, the one that you changed away from, do you plan on, is that something that you plan on continuing with, or are you just like throwing in the towel on that one? I should know this because I do subscribe to your Patreon, and I'm pretty sure you've mentioned it there. But also, my brain cell, singular, is just like garbage right now. So, okay. Currently sharing office, which works fine as we can go back to the living room for meetings. And that's one of the other things. Mr. Explosion is currently in the interview process for a full-time remote position, which is awesome, but where the fuck is he gonna go? We don't, like, my computer is in our bedroom, as you can plainly see, right? And he has, like, his laptop on the ottoman in the living room. Like, that's what he does. Hey, Des, I hope you're doing well tonight. It's good to see you, friend. Okay, you both work from home. Ah. I work from home occasionally. It's not always super plausible with my line of work. I'm in the field, like, I'm like literally on job sites an awful lot. Oh, no, wrong one. So like, I can't work from home if I need to be on a job site collecting samples or supervising or something like that. Your work gave up their office space near the people. Yeah, so I had an interview, well, very preliminary sort of interview sort of thing with another company. And they don't have a physical space at all. They are 100% remote. I'm not sure how I feel about that position. Because it is a lot more, it's a lot more like writing based than field based, and I do generally just prefer field work. I feel like I excel a lot more with that, and that my skills are not necessarily in like technical writing. Not that I can't do it, I just don't like to do it. And if I don't like to do something, the amount of effort that I want to put into it is negative. So, do software onboarding. I don't ever need to wear real pants. That's nice. Pants are overrated anyway. Although I do have a couple of pairs of really awesome leggings that have pockets in them. And that's what I wore to work, the field work today. And that was good. That was very nice. I liked that. Ooh. Wah, sorry. Ooh. Yeah, I am getting the sleepy is happening. The sleepy is real. Pockets look like hey, I would understand what you meant. Pockets in general are just like such a hot commodity. Like, why on earth are pockets in, like, women's clothing so fucking impossible to find? You gotta, like, hunt for them. I saw a Tumblr post today that was basically like, why don't we just go back to, like, ye olden times and make real big pockets? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to carry an extra pocket. That's like, I have a handbag and it serves the same purpose. Weird parties because they were scared we were counting spells in there. I mean, yeah. Like, the more plus size you are, the more likely pockets aren't going to be a thing. Exactly. Give my fat ass pockets, bitch. Whew. Sorry, yawn times. Right? I need a place to put snacks. I need a place to put like mostly snacks. Let's be real. I have an entire like grocery bag, one of the reusable grocery bags in my car of just snacks right now, because when I work out of my car, I only ever want snacks constantly. Fanny pack is like an olden time pocket. Yeah. On the front pocket that fits my phone with booties. So I have a couple of pairs of like my work pants, right? So I have two different types of work pants. I guess like 2.5 really. I have my spring and summer pants, which are like women's hiking pants, and they've got legit pockets. Like they have a side pocket that I can just stick my phone in and it zips shut. They're great. And then my like late fall Winterfield pants are from Duluth Trading Company. And not only are they super durable, they also have like legit pockets. I love a snasket. To be fair, I do have a big box of snacks over here right now. Candy chips, cookies, crackers, peanut butter pretzels. Ooh. This is stuff for a video that is going to be coming out next week. Because a good friend of mine in the Midwest, they're in Nebraska, they sent me a Midwest snack package, which I thought was extremely kind of them. Basically, if anybody is ever, like, anytime somebody wants to send me snacks, it just, like, makes me the happiest person in the world. Like, oh, Val! I actually... You weren't here on Saturday, but you were a vital part of the stream. Because I needed the macaroni and cheese you sent me as a prop. Dez knows. But it was very important that we had the macaroni and cheese to make comparisons with. I am planning on it. On a fucking... No, I'm not gonna put it on a plate. Ah, right. Moves. I was playing a video game. But yeah, so he sent not only... Alright, first off, this is the truest, most important thing that was in that package, right? He literally found the actual VHS for me that I have been looking for forever. And it took him like a week. But he found motherfucking Barbie Birthday Party in Walt Disney World Epcot 94! Which is another thing that I want to do a video about. Because I'm like, there aren't that many people that have talked about Barbie Birthday Party at Walt Disney World Epcot 94. I'm absolutely going to do it. I just need to figure out how I want to do it. Because I have not done, like, a video review in the long... Oh my god, Liz, it's on fucking, it's on YouTube. I absolutely want to do a Discord watch party some night. Because I need this to happen. I will give everybody advanced knowledge, because maybe we could do like a Friday night sort of thing. Not this week, maybe next week, because next week is like one of the only Fridays that I have available for a while. Yeah, maybe next Friday we could do a Barbie Birthday Party at Walt Disney World Epcot 94 watch party. And maybe you guys could help me with like a script or something too. Because this is, oh my god, I watched this so much as a kid that I literally wore out the VHS tape. But it was okay because we had 2 of them because my sister got one too. And we had, so it was, I didn't realize, man, I'm still big screen. So if you bought one of these Barbie dolls, you got, oh, come on. There we go. If you bought one of these Barbie dolls, you got the video for a penny, right? So I very much had, let me find it. I'm doing a Google real quick. Yeah, so I had... Here, I'm gonna go back to main and then go to open up Firefox. I had the... What?! They want how much?! Get the fuck out of here! But this is the one that I had. Camp Barbie. Because her bag turned into a sleeping bag. And the sleeping bag had glow-in-the-dark stars. And I remember the neon pink poncho. I loved this thing. And I think she got, like, sunstreaks in her hair, which my mother kept hoping that I had, or would want. Yes, the lantern! I remember the lantern, and the fucking cutoffs. I remember those cutoffs because I'm like, oh, they go with everything! I loved this one. And now they want 70 fucking doll hairs? Get out of town. Okay. So I guess she's a bit more expensive than some of the others. $89.95. Shut your fucking face. I have exactly one gem doll. And she's right over here. Let me just reach for her. I have Synergy. But yeah, I have the Synergy doll. Hey Max, how are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. But it's wild because they are so much taller than a Barbie doll. Hang on. I have so many dolls in my hand. Oh my god. Alright. So we've got, like, just example. Synergy versus a regular Barbie doll. This is a standard 11.5-inch Barbie. I scared my dogs. Synergy! But she's so big! She is an icon, and that is why I am, like, so thankful to have, like, I got her because she was mislabeled, and I was like, I want this doll. And this was, like, just before, like, all of the big, oh my god, Lady D Barbie would be amazing. All of the collectibles market went absolutely banana pants during the Panini. I also, oh god, I wish I could show you guys. Oh, you know what? Here, I can do this. I can take a picture of it and then show you on my phone. But literally, right here, above my pin board, I have a really fun gem print. And it's like, I don't know if it comes how well it comes across because it's just like a picture of my fucking wall. Oh, and that's a picture of Synergy. Here's a trench that I took a picture of at work today. Wow. But yeah, they're reading Tiger Beat and Rio's on the front. And there's also Prince Adam. So my 80s jam of choice was very much She-Ra and He-Man. So I have repurchased a few She-Ra figures, but the only one, because I had them all, a good amount of them as a kid, because my grandmother found them trash picking after a yard sale. Somebody had literally thrown out, it was the Crystal Castle and the underwater play set and like so many of the dolls, and they were complete. They had like their shields and combs and accessories, and during a hurricane when I was a kid, everything got ruined. Like literally everything got ruined. And I was just fucking devastated. That kid, if that kid is still alive now, I hope for their sake they don't know how much money that shit goes for these days. But yeah, my it was in my grandmother's basement, and my grandmother's house used to flood, and probably still does. But it would flood like 10 feet at a time, and we just lost everything that was down there, and it was a real bummer. Like, thankfully, like, nobody was... Oh, you know what? I think she is missing a sleeve. And I never noticed it. Like, you see how she's got the sleeve on her right arm, but not her left arm? Oh, well. Dang! They had jointed wrists in the 80s? God, these gem dolls were so good. Why are they so goddamn expensive now? Anyway, I'm distracting myself. But yeah, we lost all of it, and I have looked I have looked so hard for... Yeah, because they know I want them. Exactly. I've tried to find, like, better versions of, like, the She-Ra dolls. Or, I guess they were action figures. And they're so expensive. They're so expensive because now all the He-Man collectors want them. Which is fine, I guess. But shrug. Where is Firefox? Go bye-bye. But yeah, so we will do a watch along of really? You might know somebody? Let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in my calendar that we'll do a watch along of Barbie Birthday Party at Walt Disney World 94 next June 9th. Ooh, cool. I'm extremely hyped to rewatch that because like it was so vital to me as a kid. Like that was my first experience with Disney World, and that was my first experience with like Barbie live action shows, which are hilarious. Cape and Cowl. That's a fun comic shop name too. Also, Max, I didn't mean to, like, read over you, but I'm so sorry that you broke their dreams. Hopefully they'll get over it. I don't know enough about Genshin to know if it's, like, a storyline that you can get past. But yeah, so Barbie Birthday Party, he found this. I asked him on, so he's... my buddy's name on Instagram is Thrift Store Cinema, and he thrifts a whole bunch of he thrifts VHS tapes. He gets a lot of mostly horror, which makes sense. That's a lot of the stuff that pops up these days. But I asked him like, hey, do you think if you ever find this, let me know and I'll pay you for it? And first off, he would not let me pay him back for it. And then he's like, oh, I want to send you some snacks. So he sent me this giant box of snacks, and most of that, like, pretty much all of them were delicious. But I didn't take the video off of my camera yet, so I didn't get to edit that one for tomorrow. We have a different one for tomorrow. Because I want to actually, like, try to do a little bit more with it, but I don't know if I have... I definitely don't have I didn't have the time for it tonight. So I got home and I was doing more work because I'm trying to be... Oh shit, you're right. It is getting to be soon to be sleepy time. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight, pal. I got your message. I will check into them. Have a great rest of your night. I hope Ted Lasso ends in a way that you want it to. No. Clicky Clacky Rocks are so good. Like, that's my hope for everybody who's got a TV show ending right now. Like, I hope the show ends in a way that doesn't piss you off. Because it's so easy to have, like, the Dexter ending. Or was that one of the good ones? I don't remember. I don't think it was. I think it was a bad one. Ooh. Yeah, that's another mostly terrible one, the How I Met Your Mother one. Those are rough, because those are the kind where, like, you know that they wanted to do more with it, but they probably just didn't get the funding to do more, and that sucks. Or they did it on purpose, and they're terrible. Yeah. How much your mother had an alternate ending? Oh man, see that? I had a lot of friends who were really, really invested in that one and absolutely infuriated by the ending. So I'm glad that there's a better one that they can reference. Oh, that sucks. Explodies. I love an exploding. It makes me happy to watch this exploding. Yeah, I think it's one of those things. Oh. So my sister was a big Pushing Daisies fan, and y'all got robbed. That was awful. Yeah, and like, I don't begrudge the writer's strike. Like, obviously it is an important thing that needs to happen, and I am 100% on board with it. Or need I bring up Venture Brothers? Oh. Just fucking twist that knife. But at the same time, I am deeply saddened that shows that deserve much better didn't get it. They just straight up didn't get it. Because the networks were like, oh yeah, let's just do. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about, Matt. Yeah, Scorpion's supposed to be a quirky procedural show about geniuses solving crimes. It's like one of the more wholesome procedural crime shows on CBS. How can you ruin that? How did they ruin that? Because I'm sure they did. Of course, when you say Scorpion, like, literally all I can picture in my head is the logo for the band, the Scorpions. Introduce love triangles into the show and results in character development being derailed hard. Oh, that's disappointing. I was a big fan of, like, I don't know if how readily I should admit this. I used to love JAG, which was another one of those, like, CBS military procedural shows. I watched that all the time when I was in high school. Oh my god. I watched so much JAG. And JAG begat NCIS. It's literally the last procedural show that I really got into since Cold Case. And oh man, speaking of those, I used to have a coworker who would watch, it wasn't CSI, it was one of the other murdery kind of shows. Anyway, it was one of those where, like, they, yeah, Criminal Minds! She would watch Criminal Minds while we were eating lunch. And I could not do that. Because for starters, yeah, while eating! While I had to be in the kitchen eating lunch because I just wanted to eat my fucking macaroni and cheese. Like, Bones, I could do Bones. But Criminal Minds is, a lot more It's not necessarily gory, but it is extremely psychologically fucked up at times, and that I couldn't really handle. Bones I loved. For some reason, I had no trouble with Bones. I had no trouble with Bones, I had no trouble with House. I loved both of those. Criminal Minds got, like, real dark, and, like, it would always be like, oh, somebody kidnapped and sexually assaulted and tortured this woman, and we're gonna find her because she's still alive, and now she's going to have these traumatic memories for the rest of her life, but we're not gonna cover those, because we're just an hour-long TV show. Exactly, yes. It would fuck me up. I feel like CSI I could handle a bit better. Yeah, CSI I could do, and I could do any Law and Order. I can do any one of those. All of those Law and Orders, they're fine. I can handle any Law and Order. Even fucking SVU, which is basically like the light version of Criminal Minds, if you ask me. Whoop. Oh, macaroni and cheese fell. It kind of is. That is a show, though, that, oh my god. Like, I know it is just pure propaganda, but like, if my father is channel surfing, and if I'm at home, and he stops on fucking Law and Order, I will absolutely stay and watch that until I am in trouble and need to get back to work. See, I didn't do Murder, She Wrote when I was a kid. I did watch Diagnosis Murder, though. I used to love Diagnosis Murder. That was a good one. Cold Case is the only police show that I know of that has more music featured in an episode than a teen drama on the CW. Diagnosis Murder was a good one. What else? Oh, it's not police, but I loved ER. Oh my god, ER was a big one for me. Yeah, ER was legit. I know that, Anna, Icy, that's one of her, like, comfort shows. So she will watch that one all the time. It was always on because they used to show it on reruns on TNT or TBS or one of those. And so we would always have that on while we were eating dinner. Because nothing says eating dinner like I'm gonna watch ER. It was ER and then The Simpsons sometimes too, because that was shown in syndication. It's around 2007 I got sick of it. I mean, that was like right near the end too, Max. So you probably didn't miss too terribly much. But so my freshman year of college, I stayed up too late, doing an assignment for my photography class, and I had not really eaten, and so I was taking the elevator down to my class, and I like started to pass out, like I was blacking out. So I got taken to the hospital. They carted me out of my dorm in an ambulance, and I get to the ER. Now, mind you, this is 2004. I did not have a cell phone. I did not have I didn't really have my wallet with me because the only stuff I took with me when I left my dorm was my college, my student ID, because that was what I used for food. I didn't need money. I could just like swipe for food, and my keys, so like my dorm keys, and I had my camera with me. So I promise this story has a point, right? So I get to the ER, and initially they won't admit me because I'm a minor. I was only 17 at the time. I was literally like a week away from my 18th birthday. But they wouldn't admit me without parental permission. And my mother was away, like one of the only weekends she would ever go away. She used to go to a writer's conference. She was there, and I didn't know my dad's work number. So I called my grandmother to get me my father's cell phone number. Because again, I didn't have, yeah, they were basically like, we can't admit you until you have permission. So I was literally sitting in the admission room for like 2 hours until I got in touch with my dad. I explained what is going on, and he talked to them and granted them legal permission. And I was admitted into the hospital, and the doctor who looked after me, his name was Dr. Green, and he looked like Eric LaSalle. And I am thinking to myself, I am in an episode of ER. I hope I get out of this one okay. It was, I still don't I assume that it was because I hadn't eaten and I probably just like, my blood sugars must have just fucking tanked. But I had difficulty after that for like a good 2 weeks actually eating, to the point where they had to actually give me anti-nausea pills so that I could actually have food. It was a weird situation. College was fucking weird. I'm okay now. This was 20 years ago. Sorry, 19 years ago. But yeah, that's my ER tale. College do be trippin'. College do be hella trippin'. And I assume everybody at my dorm thought that I was like fucking drunk as hell, when joke's on them, I didn't and don't drink. So I was just stupid. And then I ended up getting a C in my photography class because my professor was a bitch. Whoa! It really is. My professor had a bias, that she didn't really like when people were taking the class as an elective. She only wanted majors in her class. And like, okay, I can understand and respect that. But it was a fucking gen ed arts class that I needed to take. And it fit my schedule. It was a 5-hour class on a fucking Friday. It was like the only class I had. It was terrible. 5 hours. It was from 10 to 3. Hated it. Hated it. And it showed reflected in my work. So that just kind of put me off photography for years. And that's a shame because I used to really like it. You know, this is the kind of place where I got to like develop my own photography, which was a really cool thing. But, you know, that lady burned me, metaphorically, and therefore I just didn't care anymore. Yeah, basically. But it was only one class a week. I assume she probably wanted to split it into 2, but whatever. Anyway, let's see if I can end on a more positive note, because that's a sad story. Let me think of another. I'm trying to remember like another. Oh, okay. So my freshman year was really the year that like I kind of came into myself and started to figure out, like, you know, who is Elise, what is she all about, right? Because you have that freedom. I was away from my parents, I was away from high school, so one of the things that I first kind of picked up when I was in college, one of my buddies had a Nintendo 64, sorry, he did have that, but he had a GameCube, which was new at the time, and we used to just play Mario Party all night. Well, not all night. We would get in after dinner, and it would be like 9 o'clock at night, and somebody would send out like an AOL message, an AIM, and they'd be like, yo, Mario Party on the Fiesta, let's go. And Mario Party on the Fiesta meant that we were going to the 7th floor to use their lounge, because their lounge had a television in it that we could use the AV hookups to plug the GameCube into, and then just play Mario Party in the lounge without needing to be in somebody's room on their tiny television. And we did this, God, we did this probably 4 or 5 days a week. We played a lot of Mario Party. And that is one of the reasons why I love Mario Party so much. It is, we played Mario Party 4 constantly, so frequently, so often that, you know, that's when I got good. Because even if I didn't win, you know, we had fun with it. And that really kind of showed me, because I wasn't allowed to have video games. That showed me that, like, video games were fun, and I could have fun. And they weren't all, like, shooters, you know? So that is how I became a Mario Party expert. And I will say that my friend whose GameCube it was actually streams on Twitch. My buddy Matt he's a dear friend of mine. I have known him since college. Yeah, exactly. They bring people together like us. Like, I would not know anybody in this stream right now if it were not, well, no, okay. No! I would not know anybody in this stream right now if it were not for video games. Legitimately. And that's awesome. Like, I'm so thankful for video games. But my friend Matt streams on Twitch. Let me get the, I will drop his link because I feel like he's worth hanging out and checking out. He lives in Japan right now. And I think we've rated him once or twice, but go check out his streams sometimes. They're extremely fun. I thought many times I should give in and grow up, get rid of games. Most of my friends came from being a deadbeat on YouTube. Yeah! Like, if so many people that I know, and I'm gonna go full screen again because I'm gonna be wrapping up for the night. So many people I know online and that I care about and speak to on a regular basis, I know either because of video games or because of streaming or YouTube. Dude, Allie, fucking legit, man. Like, he's working for Sunsoft now. I guess they're coming back, baby. But he worked for Inti Creates for a while, and he worked for the Japan branch of Limited Run Games for a while, but they didn't end on a good note. So I don't know the story behind that. I'm not going to hypothesize, but didn't end well there. And now he's working for Sunsoft. So, like, damn, man. But I don't speak Japanese. I barely speak German. But yeah, friends, thank you so much for hanging out and for being here tonight. I needed a good chill stream, and this ended up being a good chill stream. Let me see if anybody else is live. I'm pretty sure Officer Dan is live, but let's see. I barely speak English. Fucking vibes, dude. Waka waka. See, I barely. No, shut up, me. Let's see. All right, so we are gonna go raid Officer Dan. He's doing, what is he playing tonight? He is playing Meet Your Maker. I don't know what that is, but he's a lot of fun. I will try. I think I'm going to be able to stream on Thursday. Cross your fingers. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Everybody take care. Be well. And I will see you in the next one. Later, guys.